just watched. Woo! I need y'all to get over here right now. I need y'all to get y'all snacks, get y'all charger, get your holy oil, get your blood pressure pills, because this right here, honey, this wasn't just racism. No. This wasn't just arrogance, y'all. This wasn't just no interview. This was a whole racist meltdown, a colonizer collapse, a live action documentary on, honey, y'all ready for this? What happens when white supremacy trips over its own death? Elon Musk's daddy, honey, man, got on CNN and lost his his ever-loving mind, y'all, talking about, do you want to go back to the jungle? Excuse me? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. To the no. Hell no. The jungle? Who the fuck he think he talking to, y'all? Because I know your incest accused, apartheid worshiping ass, delusional soaked ass wasn't talking to black people with your whole chest fully inflated like that, man. Baby, from the moment he opened his mouth, whoo, do y'all smell that? Do y'all smell that, I say? Do y'all smell that? Man, I smelled the racism through the screen. That shit hit me like a goddamn heat wave. Man, that was the must of racism, y'all, literally. Do you hear me what I'm saying? Now let's talk about the jungle comment, because I cannot unhear that. I can't unhear that. When he said, if America becomes less white, it go back to the jungle. I'm going to repeat that again. He said, if America becomes less white, it go back to the jungle. Honey, the spirit of racism left his soul and ran across that goddamn room like a demon in a horror movie. That wasn't a slip. That wasn't a mistake. That wasn't an old man confusion. That was a confession. A confession of how he really thinks and how he really talks behind closed doors. A confession of how he was raised and how he raised his kids. A confession of what he believes in his bones. Honey, but one thing I'm glad I did see, the commenters, honey, they clocked it instantly. They clocked it instantly, I say. They said racism is taught. This is where Elon Musk done learned that shit from. They're saying he sounds like a plantation owner in 2025. No wonder Elon acts the way he does. Exactly, baby, exactly. Racism ain't new. It's generational. This is the kind of shit that gets passed down like a family recipe, y'all. And then this demon had the nerve to say, we feed them, we help them grow, that's not oppression. I repeat it again. He said, we feed them, we help them grow, that's not oppression. We feed them, baby. I screamed. Ah! Girl, I screamed. I threw my phone. I hit the goddamn floor and I flatlined, y'all. Okay? This man sat there and said racism wasn't racism because the oppressors gave the oppressed food. Sir, that is literally how slavery worked. Abusers always use, but I gave you food. I gave you shelter. I clothed you. That's a manipulation tactic, y'all. Okay? But I was happy to see the commenters, people in the comment section, honey, they was dragging his ass for that. Talking about feeding people is the bare minimum. That is how every abusers talk. Y'all better learn. He sees black South Africans as a fucking livestock, y'all. You feed them because they were working for you, sir. Hello. And that's exactly. This man said we feed them. And the same tone you use at the goddamn petting zoo, y'all. This is the same tone he used at the goddamn petting zoo. And the cherry on top of this racist Sunday, he said black people only grew from 800 people to 50 million people because of white people feeding them. Baby, what kind of crack lace colonizer propaganda book is he reading this shit from, y'all? Africans were eating, Africans were farming, Africans were building civilization, Africans was creating math, Africans was writing language when Europe was still in damn caves. When Europe was still in damn caves. Sir, calm your mayonnaise ass down. Now, y'all, I'll be honest with y'all. Woo! This really pissed me off in a biblical way, okay? Elon Musk's father said, I never saw oppression during the apartheid. Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. You were the one benefiting from it, man. Oppression isn't visible when you at the top, stomping down on people. South Africans filled that comment section. Honey, they were on fire. Do you hear what I'm saying? They were saying apartheid was everywhere. He's a lying motherfucker. The laws were violent and systematic. He never saw it because his walls were too goddamn high. He represents the worst of us. And don't he, though? Don't he represent the worst of us humans? Huh? And he does. And he does. This man is the human embodiment of apartheid denial. He talks like a villain who got kicked out of a Disney movie for being too evil. Let's talk about the other demon in the room, because I know y'all didn't think I forgot. This man has been accused of a child sexual abuse. Did you guys know that? I ain't forgot. Inappropriate behavior, having two babies with his stepdaughter, who he raised since the age of 4 years old. Is that your king, Elon Musk? Honey, let me tell you, his ass belongs in prison. Honey, we knew his ass was twisted, and this explains everything about Elon. Then Elon's father, in that interview, he had the nerve to say, no one is innocent. Baby, that is a predator language. That is abuse logic, abuser logic. That's how the abusers think. That is, I'm a monster, but let me drag everything else with me energy. That man needs a therapist, a priest, a jail cell, and a Lysol to wipe his ass, okay? Okay. Now let's talk about these people who are scared. Let's talk about these scary ass people. Can we talk about the scared people? The so-called scared people? Honey, they are fearing being the minority because how they treated minorities. Yes, exactly. Bingo, right there. That part. That is not, they ain't afraid of diversity, okay? They're afraid of karma. They're afraid of losing their ability to mistreat people. They're afraid of losing power. They're afraid of becoming the group they abuse. Elon Musk's father said, if white people become the minority, America is doomed. Doomed. Doomed how? How? Doomed where? Black people invented half the culture, half the music, half the tech workforce, half the innovation. White supremacy ain't the battery of America. Diversity is. He's scared of losing his oppression privileges. That's what that is. That's this whole meltdown was all about, okay? So let's talk about the most terrifying part. Let's talk about the most terrifying part. This man is the father of the man who runs the largest social media platform in the world. His son has access to government information. That should scare the shit out of all of us. Yes, it should. Yes, it should. Because you know why? Racist ideology doesn't stay in the family tree no more, y'all. No, it does not. It bleeds into policy, platforms, censorship, money, influences, political narratives, elections, technology, everything. When a man raised by this kind of father has this much control over the global communication, baby, the world is in danger. Woo! Let me make myself very clear. Let me speak slowly for the racists in the back. This man is not unique. This man is not a crazy old white guy. He is the representation of the exact mindset of white supremacists hope to protect. Okay? This man is the blueprint for MAGA fear-mongering. This man is the ancestor of every great replacement conspiracy. This man is the poster boy for I'm not racist but lies. This man is exactly what happens when colonizer fantasies goes unchecked. He did not have a racist collapse, y'all. He exposed the one he already had. Okay? Y'all, I want y'all to hear me. This man thought America would fall because it's becoming more diverse. But what he doesn't understand is diversity is the reason America ever stood up in the first place. America was saved by immigrants. America was enriched by Black, brown, Asian, Latino, Middle Eastern, mixed people, queer people, disabled people, working class people. This man is afraid of something that has already happened. America has already changed. America has already risen. America has already evolved. And his racist meltdown on CNN was nothing but the sound of the old world dying. Let it die. Let it rot. Let it fade away like the apartheid he's still fantasizing about. We are the future. He is the past. And we are not going back to the fucking jungle because we built this damn country.